So take your hands to your right leg, roll the inner thigh in, pull the sit bone wide out to the side, and do the same on the left leg. So whether you're cross-legged or in a chair or seated in any position, you can do the same thing with your legs. And when you've broadened the foundation that you're sitting on, make sure that you are supported so that your back can be upright, perhaps sitting up on a blanket if you're on the floor, or leaning back against a wall, but using it to help yourself sit up. So if you scoot your hips back just a little bit, it'll help give that length to your spine by doing a slight tilt forward of the pelvis. And then make any last adjustments. So it's just really important that you are comfortable and that your body isn't going to be distracting. If your leg starts falling asleep or your back starts getting tired, please feel free to adjust and move quietly, disturbing yourself as little as possible so that you're still comfortable. You can take any hand position that you like. Personally, I like to join my index finger and thumb and rest my palms on my mid-thighs so that I can keep my shoulder blades firm on my back. Some people like to do that same gesture, but to turn the palms up. And some people like to cup one hand in the other. So take a hand position that serves you. And then allow your eyes to softly close and your attention to begin to draw inside. Start with your body, just becoming aware of your body in space. Become aware of where you are supported by whatever it is you're sitting on or against. And let the body settle into whatever that support is. Let the thigh bones release, the back release. And scanning yourself for any areas where you're feeling particular tightness or tension. Notice those places. And simply give your attention to those areas in your body. If there's something in your posture that would make you more comfortable, make an adjustment. And bring awareness to your jaw and your mouth. And if your teeth are touching, clenched together, just unhinge the jaw a tiny little bit so the teeth have a little bit of space between the upper and the lower. And the tip of the tongue can rest lightly on the roof of the mouth behind your upper teeth. And soften the base of your tongue, just letting it become heavy and full. The lips soft, gently closed, just as the eyes are soft and gently closed. Now take awareness to your breathing. Breathing through your nose. Begin to observe your inhalation and observe your exhalation. Notice the quality of your breath this afternoon. Is it shallow or deep? Does it feel even? Does it feel a little rough around the edges? Just sit for a moment watching the breath, however it's presenting itself to you right now. Not changing it, fixing it, just observing it. If your diaphragm is feeling a little constricted, if there's a little tightness in your belly, the top of the belly, and see if you can release there so that the diaphragm can move a little bit more freely. And that in and of itself will begin to deepen your breath. And as you continue to observe your breath, invite it to begin to deepen. There's a difference between making the breath deeper and offering the breath an invitation so that you are co-participating with your breathing process. And as you make this invitation and bring awareness, perhaps the breath begins to deepen. Think about breathing not just into your chest, the front of your chest, but think about breathing into the back side of your lungs, into the back of the ribs, into the whole upper back, the mid back. And as you take these more conscious breaths, notice that the front and back of your body begin to expand away from each other each time you breathe in. And they draw back towards each other as you breathe out. And now do the same thing, but from side to side. So the left and the right ribs expand wide away from the center. The left and right lung expand out to the sides of your ribs. And there's this gentle broadening in your torso. Now begin to make a pulsation. Breathe in, expand front to back, and then let all the breath go out as you exhale. And then breathe in side to side and exhale. Then breathe in again, front to back and exhale. And breathe in side to side and exhale. Do that for a few rounds at your own pace, alternating between breathing in front to back and breathing in side to side. Breathing in this way creates an inner spaciousness, both a physical space between the front and the back and the left and the right side, but also a emotional, mental space. Think now about what you would like to have more space around that's taking place in your life. Perhaps you'd like to feel more spacious around being alone. Perhaps you'd like to feel more spacious about being confined to your home and the places where you can walk. Perhaps you'd like to feel more spacious around a loss. Maybe the loss of a loved one, the loss of community. So many different ways in which we are all experiencing loss right now. Whatever it is, as you take a few more of these breaths, place whatever that is in yourself and breathe space around it. First, front to back, then you exhale, and then side to side, and you exhale. Perhaps now, while you continue to breathe full and deep, you can dissolve from your awareness whatever it is you placed there to create space around. And allow the space inside of you to become more empty. So it becomes simply a space. Maybe something wants to come into your awareness and rest in that space. Or maybe the space wants to remain empty. Hold for yourself that internal space, whether empty or with something in it. Continue to focus on the breath, expanding and maintaining the space you've created inside. And if your mind wanders off and you lose awareness of that internal space, that's okay. As soon as you realize that that's happened, come back to your breath. If it helped you to do the breath work that we did, the expanding left to right, exhaling, expanding front to back, exhaling, then return to that breath. If it helps just to bring awareness to the space inside, then do that. There isn't a wrong way to do your meditation. We'll sit now in silence, focusing on breath and focusing on creating space, internal space. Bringing your awareness to the space that you've created inside. Place something in there that you'd like to carry with you through your day. Maybe a quality like hope or inspiration or contentment. Maybe something you want to do, a way to serve, a way to connect. Or maybe something completely different. Whatever it is that would support you through the rest of your day, place that in the space inside of you. And then begin to breathe around it. As you inhale, expand front to back. And then a long exhale. As you inhale next, expand side to side. And then a long exhale. Do that pulsation 3 more times. Maybe making the breaths just a little bit deeper with each subsequent inhalation. And the space can even expand beyond your physical body, can expand into the space around you. And then when you finished that 3rd breath, turn your palms together in front of your heart. And offer a moment of gratitude for the practices, whatever they may be, that are sustaining to you during this time, that are supporting you, that are helping you to connect and move through each day. I honor all of my teachers. I honor all of you. I honor this practice. We'll chant one Om to close. Please take a deep breath in. Om. Gently allow your eyes to open. Namaste. Thank you all for your practice.